Hey, what's going on, everyone? You already know who it is. It's your favorite internet sweaty, your boy Mikey Savage 21, and today we're going to be doing a quick little discussion about do toy sales necessarily guarantee sequels, and specifically we're going to be looking at the Power Rangers, because I was watching Mailbag this week and someone actually wrote in a question and saying that since Power Rangers products generated $1 billion, would we be able to see a sequel? Because unfortunately the film did not make much. It made 40 million here and then another estimated 30-something million overseas with a really expensive high budget. I think the budget was at least 250. So most likely we're not going to get a sequel, but I want one. I really do. I really enjoy Power Rangers and hope we do. All right, so the article they're talking about was written up back in March, and it's basically saying that the Power Rangers products would generate $1 billion in sales by 1995, a figure that grew to $6 billion by 2001. And then it says that Saban formed a joint venture with Fox for his new line of cartoons, with the Fox family in the bundle. Disney under Michael Eisner snapped up the package for $5.3 billion, and Saban walked away with $1.5 billion. After Disney ran its course with the Power Rangers, Saban convinced them to resell him the property to a thrifty tune of $65 million. Then in March 2012, Lionsgate reached a home distribution deal to handle Power Rangers. Alright, so just going through this whole thing, this is basically talking about how Power Rangers products have generated 1 billion sales since by 1995, and because that figure grew up to 6 billion. With this being said, do we think that this kind of number, let's assuming that it's still, the toy sales are still very high, that they made at least over 200 million off of toy sales for the newer Power Rangers, like the ones that we got in theater. Let's say that they made over 200 million. Would that necessarily guarantee a sequel? Me personally, looking at it, I don't necessarily think that would guarantee a sequel, because there and again, you did make a bunch of money in toy sales, but you didn't draw anything into the box office movie wise. Now, if you were to do something to where maybe for 1 week and 1 week only, everyone who goes to see Power Rangers gets a free action figure or something, okay, I could see how that could drive up business for the movies and we could possibly get a sequel, but I still think it's a very far stretch. You could say the same thing for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're still one of the higher popular characters as well with kids, and they generate a lot in toy sales, in fact, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get a sequel to the one that we just got last year, because again, it brought in less money than the first one brought in. So there and again, the big question, do we think that toy sales guarantee us a sequel? My answer is a resounding no. Just because toys are making money, does that not mean that it's gonna guarantee a sequel or gonna even help the film in any way? You can say that it's a big part of the marketing and everything when you have toys, but there and again, those toys aren't gonna necessarily put people in the theaters, and that's where you ultimately have to make your money back within the theater. You can keep churning out sequel after sequel after sequel, but that doesn't mean anything when it comes to toy sales. Toy sales are basically separate from movie sales. You can add those in, but it's still isn't gonna measure up, because again, those toy sales have to go to the respective toy companies that made it. So the studio will get a percentage of that toy sale back, obviously, but it wouldn't be as high as opposed to, let's say that a Power Rangers film came out and it made like 400 million in the box office, both worldwide and domestically. With that being said, if it was that kind of intake when it came to a movie, then yeah, you probably would see a sequel. But in this scenario, we're talking about Power Rangers, which was very underwhelming, barely made over 100 million. I'd have to go back and double check the numbers again, but I think it barely cracked 100 million, and the film was made for over 200 million. And of course, now that they've been established as the Power Rangers in the film and we've seen the Zords, you can't go back to that same formula of holding off on the Power Ranger suits and the Zords to the end. So that means your production budget is going to have to go even higher when you make a sequel. So will those toy sales help generate and make that money back? But let me know, guys, what do you think about this? Do you think toy sales necessarily guarantee us a movie sequel? If you did something like giving a toy away for free as part of a promotion, would that help drive more people to go and see Power Rangers? I don't know, but again, I want to know your opinion about this topic down below. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. It's always good to do a couple of videos like this where we just look outside the film and just kind of address some of the things that are going on within the film industry and how it relates back to marketing and toy sales of that nature. But as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you all have a blessed evening and a happy Memorial Day. I'm not sure exactly when this video is going to drop, but happy Memorial Day regardless, guys. Remember to become a savage, stay a savage, and peace out, y'all.